Good morning.
Good
Good
morning,
morning.
good morning, everyone. No matter what time zone you're in, I'm Mayan Mishalka.
I'm
Good
Gladys.
morning. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning for everyone. I am Munirul Islam. Thank
And
you.
and we are
And we
Success
Success
Collective.
Collective.
Success Collective is a group of imperfect people aggressively addicted to growth in our family, faith, finance, and fitness. So our speaker for today is Gladys. So the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, so the topic for today is living with intention. So, living with intention means choosing to live your life in alignment with what truly matters to you rather than just passively letting life happen. It's a way of moving from autopilot to being the conscious director of your life instead of moving like, oh, whatever happens, happens. No, this time around, you are the director of your life and you just live with intention. So, there are certain things that you do that makes you live intentionally. Number one is your conscious choice. This means that deliberate conscious choice about how you spend your time, your energy, your resources. You're constantly asking, does this activity or does this decision align with my values and goals? If you know this answer, then you would make conscious and deliberate choices about every aspect of your life. And also, living intentionally means whatever action you take aligns with your values. It is building your life around core values, core beliefs, and purpose. Your daily actions serve a meaningful purpose that is personally defined by you. It is living with purpose over impulse. Instead of acting on impulse, acting on societal expectations, or simply just existing. Living intentionally means commanding your day, doing things that are worthwhile and focused on your personal growth and contribution, and not just living every day as it happens, but this time around, you live a worthwhile life. So you can start living intentionally from today. It's not a dramatic thing that you have to prepare for it. You can even start today. It's just about how easy you take it, how small you take it. Is a conscious shift. It doesn't just happen at once. It's a conscious shift. So number one is you define your value and purpose. Identify what truly matters to you, be it family, be it health, be it your creativity, be it your service to others. This should be your compass. If you know what really matters to you, you'd be able to live more intentionally. Then you set your intentions and not just goals. For instance, let's say you have a goal to lose 10 pounds this month, but there should be an intention on why you want to lose 10 pounds. That is your why. Why do you need it? Is it because Mr. A is going to the gym every day in order to lose 10 pounds? You also join in accord with that. No, you should know your why and live, and it should be based on that. So this guides the way you show up, because this life is a journey, and how you show up is what defines your end goal. If you just show up with, oh, I want to do this, why? So instead of saying today I want to lose, or by the end of the month I want to lose 10 pounds, instead say today I want to be present and kind to my body. I want my body to feel whole. This is your why. That way you feel more fulfilled while doing it, while at it. And at that journey, you feel a certain kind of shift rather than just setting goals. Number two is also to evaluate your time. Look at how you spend your time and the energy. And your energy, you cut out things that consistently drain you or don't serve your purpose. There are sometimes we get caught up in life with life and all other things, and then you just begin to ask yourself, is this how I intend spending my time and my 20s or my 30s or my 40s? So when you decide to live intentionally, you have to sit back and evaluate your time. Check what you're investing your time in, if it's draining you or it's pushing you over to accomplishing your purpose. Also, you have to practice mindfulness. Be present in your daily tasks. For example, while eating, instead of scrolling through the phone, it can be as little as while you're eating, instead of scrolling through your phone, be intentional, be in that moment. That is being intentional. Be in that moment and try to taste the food, or try to taste, have a feel of whatever you are eating at that point. That is living intentionally, instead of just eating. There's no fulfillment in that. As little as just eating and then taking your time to know which taste or which flavor bangs the most. That is how you practice mindfulness. Also, by setting healthy boundaries, be confident in saying no. This is not in alignment with my values. This is not in alignment with my goals. That is living intentionally. You have to say no to requests, no to activities or people that pull you away from your priorities and your values. Anything that is conflicting with your values, you should learn to say no to it. That is living intentionally. So when you live intentionally, you even gain more clarity. You gain a clear focus on what you want to achieve, and you reduce distractions. You even feel fulfilled. I don't think I'm the only one that there are certain times in my life I'll be like, no, this is not what I want to do. This is out of purpose. And you just take that step back and reevaluate your time, reevaluate whatever you are putting your energy into, and go for what is meaningful to you at that point. Because your actions must be aligned with your true self. This way, it gives you better fulfillment. Instead of living every day as it comes, why not live intentionally and get fulfilled at the end of the day? And also, you get to even reduce stress when you prioritize what matters to you and not just being everywhere. You tend to reduce the stress of being everywhere. Being everywhere is not easy. You have to be there. So when you commit to something, when you live intentionally, oh, this is what I want for myself. Oh, this is what I want for my family. This is what I want for my health. This is what I want for to use my this is what my purpose is. You tend to reduce that stress on you. And also, you improve your relationship. Being present and intentional in your interactions deepens your connections with others. Instead of just being someone's friend, why don't you just be intentional about the friendship? Why don't you show up for them? Show up and show off for them, instead of just calling someone family, calling someone friend. And if you check deep, you're not really having like that relationship with them. So it is important to be intentional as to the kind of relationship you are willing to invest your time and energy in, the kind of friendship you're trying to invest your time and energy into. And also, you get to be self-aware when you live intentionally. Become mindful of your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors, and this is everything that encompasses your personal growth, being intentional. So there are certain parts of our life that needs intentionality, and I'll just go over a few of it. Number one is our health and our well-being. Instead of saying, oh, I want to eat healthy, I want to work out for 30 minutes, or you want to take 8 hours of sleep, why do you intend to do all this? That should be the whole purpose of whatever you're doing. Have a why. Oh, you want to um make your friendships better or your relationship better. Why do you want to do it? That answer you get is what gives you fulfillment. Oh, at work, I want to finish this project, instead of just, oh, I want to finish it. Intentionally being focused and guiding your time will give you more fulfillment than just working and, oh, since I'm giving this task to do, let me just do it and finish. No, that is not intentionally living your life. It's not just writing a to-do list and, oh, accomplishing it. No, What is that value you get to strengthen while at it? If you're not learning one or two from it, there's no reason why you should be doing it. If there's no fulfillment or it's not driving you towards your purpose, you shouldn't be doing it. If it's not in line with your values, you shouldn't be doing it. So I just want to ask you this question this morning. Every morning, before you even check your phone, ask yourself, how do I intend to show up today? Do you just jump out of your bed and just move on autopilot? Or you design your life, you direct your life in accordance with your purpose? So I'm opening the floor for you today. This is still morning, wherever we are, but this is still morning. We need to ask ourselves, how do I intend to show up today?
Thank you, Gladys. So if you're thinking, like for me, if you're thinking a lot lately about what it really means to live with intention, what yeah, what do you think it means? Live with it, but live with intention.
For me, living with intentions is living with purpose as well.
Live with in-
Since you're doing everything with purpose and with intention.
That's true. So because sometimes we get so caught up in the noise, work, social media, expectation, responsibilities, that we forget to check in with ourselves. We start moving out of habit instead of purpose. We wake up, rush through the day, and before we know it, we've been busy but not present. And that's when the exhaustion kicks in, not just the physical kind, but that quiet, heavy kind, the kind that makes you feel like something's missing, even if everything looks fine. So peace doesn't just happen. Growth doesn't just happen. Healing doesn't just happen. They all start with intention. Living with intention means you stop letting life just happen to you and um start shaping it. Even in small ways, it's about choosing to protect your peace. It's about choosing to grow through what you go through. It's about choosing to anchor yourself in faith when everything else feels uncertain. Because if you think about it, mental health, faith, and growth, they all connect. You can't nurture your mind if your soul feels empty. You can't grow if you're constantly doubting your worth. And you can strengthen your faith if you never slow down enough to listen to God's voice. Sometimes, living with intention is simply saying, I can control everything that happens, but I can control how I show up. It's saying, I choose to respond with grace, not pressure. I choose to let go of what drains me. I choose to forgive, even myself. Because healing is not always loud. Sometimes it's found in the quiet moments, journaling your thoughts, taking a walk, praying before bed, or even choosing to rest without guilt. And God honors that. He honors the little steps, the small acts of faith, the moments when you choose peace over chaos, prayer over panic, progress over perfection. He sees what you're trying. He sees when you show up, even with tired eyes and heavy heart. Living with intention means you know your why. It's remembering that your worth doesn't depend on your productivity. It it's grounded in who you are in Christ. It's waking up each morning and saying, Lord, guide my heart today. Let me be aware. Let me be grateful. Let me be intentional. Because when you live with intention, you begin to see beauty in the ordinary. You start to appreciate slow mornings, peaceful conversations, little wins. You begin to understand that peace is not found in a perfect life, but in a first purposeful one. So if you've been feeling lost, disconnected, or just tired of the constant rush, maybe this is your reminder. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to start showing up differently. You just have to start show uh you just have to show up with your heart, with faith, with grace, and choose to live with intention, and one choice and one prayer at a time, because when you live with intention, everything changes, not all at once, but quietly, deeply, and beautifully. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. The floor is open. You can tell us one thing you are choosing to stay intentional about today, and how do you intend to show up today that is in line with your purpose, in line with your values.
What I plan to do today is remind myself that from every angle you can see a way to access what it is that you need.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing.
Anyone else?
So often we make excuses for why we can't live. We blame society or our loved ones for how our life is. We make up stories about limitations, and these excuses keep us from living intentionally. If we are not bravely living according to our values, if we are not intentional about our values, then we begin to go with the flow and whatever is happening at that moment. This often makes us to make hard decisions like changing our thinking or accepting a new reality. No, you don't need to accept a new reality just because you found yourself in that reality. God gave us the power of choice, power to change our life. He has provided us with every resources. He has given us time. He has given us energy to change the trajectory of our life. So if there's anything that is limiting you, today is a reminder that no, you can actually live intentionally. When you consistently connect to your core values, you discover who you really are and whatever your purpose is in this life, even in uncertain or uncomfortable times. So my takeout is that intentionally living creates a life that is not just full, but is truly fulfilling. It shifts your focus from what you have to do to how you choose to show up every moment. So you need to choose how you show up every moment and not just what you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Gladys. Anyone wants to share something or make a statement, something like that? Okay. So, we talk a lot about living with intention, but what does what does that really look like every single day? Because sometimes it's not just about the big dreams or life goals. It's about how you show up in your work, in how you lead, in how you treat people, in how you take care of yourself. Living with intention means you stop moving out of habit, you start moving out of purpose. It means you wake up not just to get through another day, but to honor the day God gave you. Every email you send, every conversation you take, every call you take, every conversation or text you have, every task you finish, they can all carry meaning if your heart is in the right place. Even the smallest things became sacred because when you do them with love, with focus and faith, not every day will feel exciting. There will be days when you feel tired, unmotivated, maybe even unseen. But when you live with intention, you remind yourself why you started, who you're doing it for, and what you're going forward. At work, living with intention means giving your best, not for recognition, but for integrity. It's choosing to stay kind even when people are not. It's leading with empathy, not ego. It's saying, I want my presence to make a difference, even in the smallest way. In your personal life, living with intentions means setting boundaries. It's learning to rest without guilt, to say no when you need to protect your peace, and to surround yourself with people who bring out the calm in you, not the chaos. And mentally, living with intention means being aware of your thoughts. It's catching yourself when you start doubting your worth and choosing to speak life over yourself instead. It's choosing prayer over overthinking. It's saying, I'm not where I used to be, and that's something to thank God for. Growth doesn't always happen in big leaps. Sometimes it's in the quiet decision no one sees. It's in how you handle pressure. It's in how you respond instead of react. It's in how you keep choosing peace, purpose, and presence, even when the world pushes you toward rush and noise. And here's the most beautiful part: when you live with intention, your days start to change. Not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because you start seeing it differently. You start noticing the blessings you used to overlook. You start appreciating progress more than perfection. You start finding joy doing things well, not just doing them fast. So whether you're leading a team, taking care of your family, or just trying to make it through another day, do it with intention. Be intentional with your words. Be intentional with your work. Be intentional with your growth, with your faith, with your energy. So ask yourself, um, am I showing up just to finish things or to make them meaningful? Because at the end of the day, that's what truly matters: how you love, how you lead, how you serve, how you show up, not perfectly, but purposely. And when you do that, when you live with intention, even your ordinary days become extraordinary, not because they're flawless, but because they're faith filled. So keep showing up, keep being intentional in how you work, in how you lead, in how you love, because the world doesn't need more people just trying to get by. It needs more people living with intention, faith, and heart. Yeah. So before we start our walk, um, does anyone wants to chime in or share? The floor is open.
What part are we in now?
If anyone wants to chime in or share anything
Okay.
before we move on to walk. So Kyla said, living with intention do really contribute in our daily life. It means we are showing up even though sometimes we don't want to. It is because we want to live the life even though it doesn't want. True. And you know what's crazy? When you look back and realize what how far you've come, all the nights you thought you wouldn't make it at all times that you almost gave up, and yet you're here, still standing, still growing. People see you now and think you've got it all together, but they don't always see the version of you that had to fight just to keep believing. They don't see the tears behind the progress, the silent prayers, the self-doubt, the small steps nobody clapped for. That's why living with intention matters, because you know what it took to get here. You know how it feels to start from the bottom, unsure, scared, tired, but you showed up anyway. You worked, you led, you learned, and you keep the faith even when everything seemed stuck against you. Living with intention is not about being perfect. It's about doing your best every single day, no matter where you are in the progress. It's knowing that your work, your words, your leadership, your effort, they all carry meaning. When you live with intention, um, you stop moving like wait, you stop moving like life is just happening to you. You start realizing that who's joining? Okay, you start realizing that you're building something, that every decision, every boundary, every no that protects your peace, and every yes that stretches your faith, they're all shaping the person you're becoming. You didn't come this far to exist. You came this far to grow, to lead differently, to work with purpose, to live in alignment with your faith. Okay. Remember when you had nothing but prayer, when you were just trying to survive, when you doubted if you'd ever reach this point. That's the power of intention, of faith guiding your mind. You planted seeds back then, in the dark, in the struggle, and now little by little you're seeing the harvest. Thank you. That's all. Just make sure you live with intention for yourself, not for others. True.
Thank you so much, Maya. Very important. And don't make societal validations define how you should live your life. So I think we're open to prayers, prayer requests, contributions, praise reports.
Questions, comments, praise reports, and prayer requests.
Questions.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask uh, questions for you guys. Um, what lesson did the hardest season of your life teach you?
Mine is that nobody is coming to save you. You have to figure it out, even though you might want to rely on some persons. The bottom line is that nobody owes you anything, and if you don't take control of your life, you might not really like what you end up being. So that's one lesson I've learned, that nobody is coming to save you. You have to take charge of your life.
True. For me, uh, the hardest season of my life taught me that uh Kyla said not everyone is your friend. Sometimes those strangers are far more concerned for you than your loved ones. When I was betrayed. True. Like they always say in the business side, the strangers are more supportive than your than your loved ones, like your friends, your family. Sometimes the strangers, they do support more than your family, something like that. uh, for me, for the hardest season in my life taught me the importance of
They
slowing
even
down.
say that if you want,
You're lagging, you're lagging, you're lagging, Gladys. Setting boundaries and being kind to myself. I realized that healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means learning to move forward with peace in your heart. So you just, I just chose peace over anything because, yeah, Angela is here.
yeah, anything that costs you your peace is not worth doing at all.
So anyone else? Questions, comments, praise reports, prayer requests? So another question. What does living with faith and intention look like for you on an ordinary day?
For me, it means choosing. Instead of allowing life to happen to you, you choose what life you want for yourself. So that is what living intentionally means for me. Instead of just moving as it flows, instead, I would want to write my story and then present it to God. Oh, this is what I want for myself. These are my values. These are what is important to me. And I hold on to that.
Good morning, Angela. Excuse my tardiness. It's okay. So for me, living,
It's
it's
fine.
it's being simply present, like drinking my coffee with gratitude, saying thank you more often, smiling at people, doing my best, then letting God handle all the rest. Because even the simplest thing, when done with love, become an act of faith.
True. Life just gets better when you are very intentional, especially when you choose kind. It's just very fulfilling.
True.
Like,
No one else? Questions, comments, praise reports, and prayer requests? Before we, yeah. Uh, no, no.
I was talking and he logged me out. My network is bad.
Yes, you can go. You can go.
Yeah, I was just talking about kindness, how showing up for people is just a form of intentionality. When you choose to be kind to people, like when you wake up and say, oh, today I want to be intentionally kind. If it's buying coffee for a stranger or some sort like that, it is very fulfilling. And it's something I want to start incorporating in my life.
So, so just remind yourself that, or yeah, I've been reminding myself. I also tell this um to my boyfriend that I don't want to just get through my days. I want to live them. I want to move with faith and intention, even the smallest thing. Because it's easy to say we trust God when everything's working out, but real faith, it's in the ordinary. It's in the mornings when you don't feel like getting up, but you still whisper, Lord, I'm here, use me today. It's in showing up with a good heart, even when nobody's cheering you on. It's in choosing peace over pressure, grace over perfection. Living with faith and intention doesn't mean life is always loud or exciting. It's being patient with yourself while you grow. It's working with heart, living with empathy, and loving people deeply even when it's hard. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that faith is not just about what you believe, it's how you live, it's how you talk to people, how you handle stress, how you respond when life doesn't go your way. It's how you find gratitude in the middle of ordinary moments. When you live faith with and when you live with faith and intention, even simple things become sacred. Your work becomes an offering. Your rest becomes worship. Your growth becomes a testimony. Maybe living with faith and intention is not about doing more. Maybe it's about doing what you already do, but with more heart, more awareness, more connection to the one who gave you this day. Because when you start seeing your ordinary days through faith, you'll realize they were never ordinary to begin with.
Thank you, Maya.
Okay. So, comments, comments, praise reports, prayer requests, and then after that, we're gonna start our I will statement is a statement that gets you out of your comfort zone, not just something that you do every day or something that gets you paid for. So it starts with today I will. No more questions and comments, praise reports, prayer requests. I just no one talking. Okay, so let's start our I will if you don't want to talk. I just hope all of us will say will contribute to our I will since we do it every day, and I hope you have your I wills written down. Okay. So it starts with today I will. So yeah, open you can unmute, guys.
Today, I will be intentional with my time, plan each every aspect of my day, and make sure it aligns with my values.
Thank you, Gladys. Anyone else?
Today I will accomplish my goals and going through the things that I'm going through right now.
Thank you, Angelo.
Kyla says, today I will start to reduce my food serving.
You're gonna diet now, Kyla.
Today I will work on a project that is past due.
Thank you, Marcos. Okay, so what time is it? Hold on. So giveaway and then prayer and then 7 minute blank. So one winner again.
What's up, Queen Mayan? You gonna plank with me today?
Yeah, I I hope I can last. Yesterday, I think I only did 1 minute. Congrats, Monero.
Hey, I'll take some over none all day in America.
Translation. Seven.
Okay, so let's start our prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day, for the breath in our lungs, the strength in our bodies, and the purpose you place in our hearts. Sometimes life moves so fast that we forget to pause, to feel your presence, to remember that even in the ordinary, you are here. Lord, teach us to live with intention. Help us to slow down long enough to hear your voice in the middle of our routines. Guide our thoughts so that our decisions come from peace, not from pressure. Let our work be filled with excellence, not just from recognition, but as an offering from you. When we lead, let us lead with grace. When we speak, let our words carry kindness. When we serve, let it come from love, not pride. And when we feel tired or lost, remind us that faith is not about knowing every step. It's about trusting the one who leads the way. God, help us find you in the simple moments, in the quiet mornings, the laughter we share, the challenges that stretch us, and even the waiting seasons. Remind us that living with faith and intention doesn't mean perfection. It means surrender. It means showing up every day with a willing heart, believing that you can turn even our smallest act into something meaningful. May our days be filled with purpose. May our hearts stay anchored with you, and may everything we do your light in our work, in our words, and in our lives. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So we start our plank class. So if you can move, please. Even you can just wiggle your toes if you can. Mm, So music and 7 minutes